Hello, everybody. For those who are joining us, this is going to be a very short stream. You can see my face. My big fat face. You can see my face. I just got out of the shower, so I got a couple of bleh, loose heads, the stray hairs, things. I just wanted to talk about why I didn't stream in the last couple of days. Basically, you might have heard there was a strike in support of the Amazon workers, mostly warehouse workers. Um, and some people ask, and I thought it was something I should do, which is okay, just chatting. I'm fixing the thing because there's a yeah, just chatting. So we're gonna be talking about that and how I feel about it, and etc. etc. First of all, why I decided to do that? Why did I decide to join in my own way the strike? Right, not watch anything on Twitch, which of course means a lot of people that I follow and did stream. Well, they then I didn't get to see them, support them, which is a thing. I guess I apologize for that, but it's my decision. Um, so I decided to do that. But it also means I took something of a risk because if you're not streaming, right, then people are not watching, and it's like, oh, this guy is not doing anything, so off we go, right? And that's the thing about the gig economy, which is Twitch is by far a great example of the gig economy, right? The idea that you work under a contract of sorts and you do your own thing, and it you live and die based on how much time and effort you put into it, in the hopes that people will in fact back you up and see it for what it is, and hopefully they'll enjoy it. So there's that, and I'm try to get the mic out of the way. Yes, I need to get a new mic and all that, which is sort of part of the problem. Um, and it's been a bit of anxiety as well because this is one of those things where you really have a hard intersection between politics and video games. Although video games are political, because all things are political, video games are a part of it. Um, but yeah, I thought, you know what, I should do that. I should just not stream. But it's like, but if I don't stream, people are not watching. People are not watching. They might drop off and go somewhere else. Oh boy. But I'm gonna stick to it. But hey, you're working on this channel. You want to build this channel. You want people to see what you're doing. So you had to stream. But if I do that, then I feel like a scrub that not supporting other people who are also working very very hard to get ahead in life. And right? And people say, well, the situation is systemic and endemic, so you not streaming is not gonna do anything. Other people might say, well, we also have to, our livelihoods are depending on this to a degree, paychecks and all that. So if we don't stream, then we don't get paid, et cetera, et cetera, right? And so that was nerve wracking. I'm going to go back to streaming Dark Souls 2 in the morning, and we'll have a check, but we'll probably have the Lessons Learned podcast in the afternoon. Well, we do talk about video games, and often also the intersection of politics and video games. So I've never been shy about talking about politics in video games, or the political dimension of politics in video games and from video games. So it's nothing new for people who've been watching this channel from the very beginning, also watching me on YouTube as well. But still, there's another aspect of this as well, which is that I suffer from depression. I mentioned that before on the channel. And when you make some decisions like these, there's a certain level of anxiety that kicks in. That anxiety fuels your depression, and the depression fuels your anxiety, and then you start thinking, well, again, you get into like, well, I'm not streaming, therefore, but I should be, because I have to put in the time, because I want this to succeed, and you get where I'm going with that. And there's all the outside factors. People who might be watching the news, talking about politics. Situation in Puerto Rico is pretty dicey right now. It's been for a while, And one of the things is that because the economy has been tanking for a while, um, one of the resource people like me to get stuff that I require for this channel, like this mic and this boom, which I need to get a new one, and a new thermal paste for the PC. Guess where I get it from? Amazon. Because even with the tariffs of bringing stuff from Amazon, it's cheaper and more effective than try to get it here. So let's talk about a simple thing like thermal paste. I could get thermal paste from Best Buy, right? There's a Best Buy nearby, but it's cheap and it doesn't do much of anything. So, do I risk having my machine overheat, or do I go to Amazon and buy it, right? Which they dominate. Stuff like that. Another thing about Amazon is, for example, things are arranged. People who know a little bit of finances, mostly subs are really the way that most, Twitch streamers. I'm an associate streamer, and I'm not an affiliate yet. One day I wish I could be an affiliate, but not yet. Make their money. If you use a Amazon Prime sub, we get more money from that if you just directly sub through Twitch, which is pretty weird, but that's the way it works, right? So again, doing the thing where you're like, oh, yeah, I'm not gonna stream because I'm against Amazon. How is oh wow, this should be on the other way around. How is Amazon gonna respond, right? How is Twitch gonna respond? Right, they do nothing. Probably they won't do anything. I'm a small channel, but still, they might go like, we don't like what you're saying. We certainly don't like what you're doing. So off you go. You're like, but the thing that I'm doing and I'm loving and I want to do And there's another aspect of this, why I do this. I love having people in the chat and having conversations. And so it's sort of an up and down kind of thing. It was like when I have a session, for example, there's a lot of people coming in and they're doing things like, hey, you should do this and that. And they're talking to each other. That's awesome. That is mind-blowingly cool. When I have people send me, like Anna the Unknown, which I've worked with in the past, she came into my channel, was like, I'm going to send you, I don't know, fan art. I'm like, what? You're gonna send me fan art? I was so excited to get that fan art, right? But the other side is like when nobody's there and it's completely silent. Like I'm looking at the chat right now, it's pretty silent. I'm like, oh, okay, I'm just gonna keep playing my game. And there's that idea of that you shouldn't be thinking that way. That you shouldn't be being on Twitch is not about getting rich. I don't think we're gonna get rich out of this or anything for that matter. But we shouldn't be like, oh, you got to do this and that. How many good boy points do you need for your wife's boyfriend to let you play on the Switch? Well, welcome to the channel. And welcome. And goodbye. Yeah, that wasn't helpful. And then you get jokers like that who just come in and say stupid stuff like that because reasons. They're very helpful. But, I have the tools to knock them out of the park so I don't have to deal with them. But that's very rare. And ironically, I kind of welcome the trolls because at least somebody's watching, right? It's like even if I have to ban them, because reasons, right? Attract some views. So yeah, it's nerve-wracking, right? It's you have a lot of outside factors coming in. You're like, but I want this to succeed. But there's other stuff that I don't want to really go into because I don't have to, and affects me. But you need to have sort of certain energy to do this. You gotta be on. You gotta get it on. You gotta really want it, and sometimes you can't. And that's another thing about also the cycle of anxiety and depression. Sometimes my depression gets me. There's just mornings where I can't function. But then I'm like, but I need to get up and I need to do the Twitch thing. I need to do this because this is what I'm doing. This is what I want to do. And you're like, okay, but I can't muster the energy to do it, even though I want to do it. I should be doing it, but I can't. But if I don't, that makes me more anxious, which feeds my depression, which you get the cycle, right? So that's the sort of situation in which I found myself as I made the decision not to stream for the past couple of days, right? It's like I don't want to be a scrub. I want to have some solidarity because I've been there before. I done crappy, shitty, exploitative work. I mean, one of my first work experiences was at a call center. I was a telemarketer. Yeah. Oh yeah. I didn't last long because I sucked at it. Thank God. But it's like, oh, I'm fresh out of college. I need a job. They're taking people, right? Okay, I'll do it. And I lasted like a couple of months, and that was it. I never had the skills to do it, and it's a good thing because I was doing a job that I really hated. I mean, there are very few things that are more monotonous than telemarketing. What's telemarketing? You walk in, there's a booth, there's a phone. You get a stack of things that you're supposed to do and a stack of numbers. When I was working, it was just just a phone book, like, and it's just call, blah 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 blah. We're offering this service, blah 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 blah. And the more you can convince people to sell, or to buy, I should say, the more. If you don't, then you're out. Right? Just sales pitch, right, over the phone. Blah 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 blah. And most of the time, what you got, if you got anybody, were old folks, right? Because they're children. And if you hit some rich people, right, it was their maids, right? People who work in their homes, like, oh yeah, they're not here. We're not, it's like, you're like, and so it was, and then you have to do sort of this drone, like, blah 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 blah. You're like, I imagine myself on the other side of the line, and I hated it. And that's just an example of other things I've done in my life, other gigs. So I was like, yeah, I mean, this is a worthwhile cause. And if I can sacrifice 2 days worth of streaming, I might not seem like much, right? So like, I'm not losing much of anything, right? But yeah, that's it. And other things, I talked a little bit about politics, which back in the day, I was a political blogger. I was a podcaster, but I moved away from that again because of the anxiety, right, of having to deal with bad news all the time. When you get into politics, at least dip a toe into it, it's like, oh, there's a lot of bad people out there. The people who are attracted to politics and become leaders as politicians are people who crave power. And so they're going to do everything to get that power and to keep it. Not good. Not good at all. So I got tired. It was exhausting, right? But now, and I'm going to make this absolutely clear. I am thinking of reviving my old YouTube channel as a political platform. Not here. This is not going to be the place. This is my gaming channel. This is Twitch. This is for me to have fun. But I'm also considering saying, you know what? I'm just going to have to just let it out. Just to vent, I suppose, right? About things. But that's something I'm considering, just to sort of as an outlet for that tension, for that frustration. Beyond, say, going to Facebook and shouting at people about how much of cheaper they are and how they don't understand the world. And it's like, dude. And sharing memes and no, it doesn't. Not good. So, to make a very long stream short, tomorrow we continue with Dark Souls 3, and I'm gonna try to finish it. I don't know. I'm stuck. By the way, if you're watching this and you like this, And you know anything about Dark Souls 3? Can you give me tips over how to get out of the Pharaon Keep? I know it's early in the game, but those damn giants. Is like, ugh. But I want to finish it. I love the Dark Souls games, and I'm really enjoying Dark Souls 3. Um, and there's the Lessons Learned podcast with Chapamon. Um, I mean, yeah. It wasn't as easy a decision as I thought it should have been. It did cost me some stress because, let's be honest, I overthought it. Don't know if I would do it again. That's the thing, because this ultimately comes to a question of how selfish am I, right? And I wasn't very selfish today and yesterday, but I don't think I could do that again. It's like, could I be selfish again? Hmm. Don't know. Don't know. So yeah. Thank you everybody for listening, watching. If you for some reason wanted to watch this and you missed it, it will be in the VODs for about a week, and then also it will be. I will probably import it as soon as I finish here. I'm gonna import it to my YouTube channel, which is Lesson Learned as well. So thank you everybody for watching, including the trolls. Very cute message there, and we'll see you when we see you. So see you tomorrow at 8 o'clock Eastern AM. And thank you for watching. Bye bye, everybody.